Hello, my name is Chris and I'm a U-Haul hitch professional. Installing a hitch on your Kia Carnival can lead to some amazing adventures, such as biking, camping, or road trips to your favorite destination. You can even tow a U-Haul trailer just about anywhere in North America. Now let's take a look at how I completed this Eco Hitch installation. You will need to provide the following tools or supplies to complete this installation. We will begin this installation on the underside of the vehicle so we can remove trim clips. Remove 5 trim clips from the passenger side. Remove 8 clips from the driver's side. Use a flathead screwdriver or trim removal tool. There is one additional trim clip holding this body panel in place. It can be found directly behind the rear driver's side tire. Next will be to remove 4 Phillips head fasteners from inside the wheel wells. Open the hatch so you can remove your tail lights. Use a flathead screwdriver to remove this trim piece. This exposes your 2 fasteners that you can remove with a 10mm socket and an extension. You can now pull the tail light from the vehicle. There should be a bobby pin holding it back. It may be helpful to lubricate the bobby pin. I like to use soapy water. A little wiggling and it should come loose. Disconnect the tail light by depressing the tab on the electrical connector. Now remove this final hidden trim fastener and then repeat for the passenger side. Before removing the fascia, let's disconnect the electrical sensors in the bumper underneath the driver's side rear tire. Open the white cam lock and remove the harness. The fascia is now ready to be removed. I would recommend getting a second set of hands if you do not have a bumper stand. Starting from the wheel well, gently pull the fascia from the vehicle body. Use the trim panel tool to pry up this last stubborn clip below the tail light. We will remove the bumper beam. There are 2 fasteners on each side. I'm going to use a 14mm socket and an extension for ease. Be sure to support the bumper beam as you remove the final fastener to prevent it from falling on you. Return this factory bumper beam and hardware to the vehicle owner as it will not be reinstalled. We will remove this passenger side exhaust trim shield by removing 2 10mm fasteners. You will want to remove this rubber isolator to give us access to bolt the hitch up, but first let's support the exhaust with a strap. Use soapy water to aid the removal and use your exhaust hanger pliers or a flathead screwdriver to pry the rubber away. The hitch can now be raised into position. I will be using this U-Haul exclusive hitch jack. If you do not have one, I recommend you get a second set of hands to hold the hitch while you insert the hardware. Prepare your M12 hardware by placing on a 3/8 lock washer and a 3/8 flat washer. Now install your M12 hardware into the hitch. Thread them in loosely and do not tighten until all hardware is in position. Before placing our additional bracketry, you will notice there's a lot of body caulking in this area. We need the spacer plate to sit flush here, so let's take a sharp object and remove some of this caulking. Once you have removed some of the body caulking, you will notice it is hiding a slight folded piece of sheet metal. This is just interfering with the hitch bracket. So we're going to take our die grinder in there and just shave off a little bit. Always treat your exposed metal with paint or zinc galvanizing spray. Hitch Pros, this can be ordered from the EPC from the number on the screen. Allow to dry while moving forward. Now repeat this process for the other side. Next up will be to secure our spacer plate and frame reinforcement in position. We're going to start here on the passenger side, and we're going to grab some M10 hardware and put on the washers. Place the lock washer and then flat washer onto the M10 bolt. Pass the bolt through this hole. Place on the spacer plate. Place the bracket. Place another 1/2-inch flat washer, 1/2-inch lock washer, and then the 1/2-inch hex nut. Hand tighten this into place. Place a 1/2-inch lock washer and a 1/2-inch flat washer on your M10 bolt. Thread your M10 bolts vertical into the vehicle frame. Now repeat this process for the other side. You're now ready to tighten and torque your hardware to the manufacturer's specifications. I will link them in the description below. Begin with your M10 bolts using a 17mm socket. Now for our M12 bolts, we will change the torque setting and switch to a 19mm socket. Grab an additional 19mm tool to tighten these final 1/2-inch bolts. Our final piece of hardware is M10 flange nuts. We will thread this onto the back of our M10 bolt. The M10 bolt torques itself to the weld nut underneath, and then we can torque this down to the plate. We will do this using a 15mm socket. The Eco Hitch includes new fascia supports. Make sure the long bracket is to the outside of the vehicle and the short bracket is to the interior. Use your 3/8 carriage bolt and a 3/8 lock nut to place them in position. Be sure the bracket is on the inside of the hitch bracket. Now thread on the nylock nut. Use a 15mm ratcheting wrench to snug them up, but leave them just slightly loose to allow for bracket adjustments later. It is now time to make a trim to the bumper fascia. We will use this screw as our center line and make our measurements from there. Measure out 3 inches wide by 2 3/4 deep. Now use your cutting tool of choice to make the trim. I prefer an air saw. Use a metal file to trim up any uneven edges and remove the frayed plastic. Return the exhaust rubber isolator back to the post. Again, soapy water can help aid the return. Don't forget to remove your strap. Return your plastic exhaust shield. Before returning the fascia, it could be a good idea to use some blue masking tape to protect the body lines so we don't scratch it as we're bringing the fascia back. Return the fascia to the vehicle. Again, I would recommend a second set of hands. We will need to return the stubborn clip that we popped off last by lifting the fascia into position. Remove any masking tape and continue clicking the fascia into position. Sometimes you may need to pull and stretch it in order to get it to clip. Now return your hidden tail light fasteners and the tail lights. Reconnect the tail light, gently seat it into position, and return the fasteners. Now snap the tail light trim into position. Repeat for the other tail light. Use this 1/4-inch button head hardware to secure the fascia to the fascia bracket. Place a lock washer on first, and then a flat washer, and then place a lock washer and a flat washer on top, and a nut. This will be hard to see on camera as it is inside the fascia. Use a number 4 Allen bit for the button head screw, and use an 11mm wrench for the hex nut. Plug your electrical sensors back into their harness. Fold the cam lock forward until it snaps. Now return the underbody panel and the previously removed fasteners. Now return your wheel well fasteners, 4 on each side. Return the 3 trim clips on the passenger side underbody. Now that our hitch is installed, we've pulled the vehicle onto level ground to show you some important measurements. This is a 2-inch hitch receiver. From the pinhole to the end of the bumper is 2.5 inches. From the ground to the top of the inside of the receiver is 13.5 inches. These measurements will help you determine the necessary length, rise, or drop of hitch accessories like a ball mount, bike rack, or cargo carrier. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. You can also download the U-Haul app using the link in the description for even more ways to manage your hitch and towing needs.